Sadat Mohammed, Dazu Nasaku. Thank you very much for joining on the TikTok. Thank you to Tope Inokoju. Thank you very much for watching on Facebook. Let's check again. Okay, I think we are good to go. But is this okay? Okay. Okay, all right. I think everything is set. Thank you to Mandy. Your location, please. Our location is in Lagos, a Putu bus stop after okay, where. All right. I think everything is set. Thank you to Mandy. Your location, please. Our location is. Okay, let's get that out of the way. So our location is in Lagos after Awoyaya, a Putu bus stop after Awoyaya. Please, I have a property in Lagos that I need you to paint. Yes, please send us a DM 090435755896. So let me drop the number. I think I can reply. So 09043 That's the number on WhatsApp. I'll be the one to personally respond to you. So let's pin that. I think we should be able to pin it even though it's under. Okay, there's no way to pin up. Okay, let me just where do you put comments here? Yes, 09043575896. 09043575896. WhatsApp only. Please don't call right now. Just drop your message on WhatsApp. I'll be there to respond to you. I always respond to comment. Okay, Ronald, thank you very much. I've seen your message on WhatsApp. Address to in case. Okay. Okay. Let me respond to Ronald. Ronald. So if you have any question about dampness, you want to paint your house, you have any issue with your wall, make sure you leave it in the chat or you message me on WhatsApp. That's the best place to reach me. Please, which chemical will I use for mold in a borehole? Okay, which part of the borehole is mold disturbing? So what part of the borehole is the mold disturbing? So once we know the parts that mold is disturbing, but generally if you want to treat mold, use a top mold defense. It's safe for you. Even in your water tank, it's safe for you. Just use it to wash the area that has issue. Razak Salifu, thank you very much for joining, guys. Let's up tap on the screen. Let's get more people to join this live. We are going to be talking about mold and damp treatments generally. So if you have mold on your wall, for example, somebody is saying she has mold on a ball, but I don't know what part of the ball it is. Is it the pump? Is it the storage tank or what part of it? So, but generally, if you have mold anywhere around your water tank, what you need to do is to apply a top mold defense, leave it for 30 minutes, and then you come back and scrub the place properly. You wash the place properly. So once you wash it, you can then start using your ball again. But in most cases, most likely, if it is outside and it's exposed to sun, most likely it's not mold. It's algae. It's algae that usually grows. All those green stuff, they are not mold. They are algae. Mold does not actually grow very well on the outside part. It's very rare for you to see mold on the outside part of your house. What you normally see is algae. So yes, algae can also, like, they don't really have too much. I'm not aware that they have any health issue, like any health implication like algae themselves. but mold is the one that's dangerous, and it usually stays inside the house because of the condition inside the house. Because mold usually like a place where there's little ventilation, but when they when it, which is something that's very common on the inside part of the house, but immediately they get outside, there's a lot of ventilation that's happening outside. So mold does not really grow on the outside part of houses. So it's only algae that grow on the outside part of houses. So thank you very much to Uzo, Chris, Jerry, Oji. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you to everybody who has been tapping on the screen. Thank you to those that are watching on YouTube. Okay. So if you have any question, please leave it in the chat. If you have any question, leave it in the chat. I was talking about the importance of comment section. Most people online don't know the real importance of comment section. You see, there was this particular just today. There's this particular thing I was trying to browse online, and I checked some videos. I could not get the answers. So, but I found one particular video that was explaining it. Even though the person was explaining it, he was not talking to me personally. So I went to the comment section and something interesting happened. I got to realize that the same issue I was facing, somebody has faced it, and the person gave me the solution. It was about how to do connectivity, like if your 5G network is not working, how to set it up and every other thing. So the person explained everything, like the same way it was happening to me. The person was able to explain in the comment section. So when you are online, just looking for solution to your to any issue you have, type the title of the problem you have, and then in the videos you see, always check the comment section. Even though it's not video, even though it's online post, check the comment section. There will be somebody somewhere who has the same issue as you and is going to give you answer to that particular thing. Bennett Obiden, thank you very much for joining. Lanla, a lot of non-Nigerians right here. Lawani Tosin, thank you very much for joining. So if you have any question, you want to buy any of our products, message me on WhatsApp 090435758896. TikTok, I'm not seeing you guys. Let me on the Wi-Fi again. I don't know why it's not showing on this particular phone. It's not even showing that I'm liking the live. Okay. While that one is loading, let's go to some questions people have been asking. So if you have any question about mold, about dampness, leave it in the chat. If you have any question about mold, about dampness, leave it in the chat. So this person is saying which paint is better than graffites for exterior painting. So you see, better or not better, what is most important about paints that you want to put on your wall is, one, do you like the design? Two, what's the durability of it? These are the two most important things. Then maybe three, how affordable it is. You see, graffites is a paint that, one, it's very, very expensive. Trust me, if you hear the cost of graphics, most people that just see it, that they just like it online, they don't really know the actual cost of painting their wall with graphics. If they know the true cost, yes, only few out of all the 100 people that are saying, I want graphics, only, let me say, only 10, that's even exaggerating, only 10 can actually afford the cost of painting graffitis properly on their wall. One, graffitis is not affordable, but if that is out of the way for you, the other thing you also need to consider is, do you like textured finish? That is, graffitis is not a smooth finish. It's not like matte, it's not like satin, it's not like weather mask. It is rough in nature, and the patterns they put on it is something that you should also consider. Do you like it? So if that is out of the way as well, now you go to the next thing. So how durable is graffitis? Yes, graffitis is very, very durable. So if you can afford it and you like the roughness, yes, it's affordable, it's durable as well. So graffitis can use 5 to 7 years on the external part of your house, and you still enjoy it. And anytime you see that, okay, maybe the initial color of the graffitis is not looking good, you can buy matte paint or even weather mask paint to repaint the place, and then it will still come out well. Another thing you also need to consider, which is kind of not too negative but it's still something you need to put in mind, is that you need to know that graffitis is a textured paint, and if you want to change your mind later and say you want to paint a flat paint on it, you might have to do screening on that place so that to cover all the roughness of the graffites. So if you are good with all these things and you like, oh, I just fall in love with graffites, it's love at first sight. Yes, graffites is a good paint. It's durable, it's beautiful, but not affordable. So keep those in mind. So thank you to everybody who is watching on Facebook. Thank you to everybody who is watching on TikTok. Thank you to everybody who is watching on YouTube. This person says how much painting bucket is required. So this one, Mr. Emmanuel, please get a painter to help you check your own space. Every space is different. Oh God. I think the best thing for us to do is to just bring this TikTok video to okay, so I think it's okay. It's just that it's a bit slow, which we can still manage. So, Mr. Emmanuel, please get a painter to help you check your space to give you the quotation of the quantity of paint you need to paint a two-bedroom. So, each bedroom, each house has its own. It's every house has its own size. So if you have any question, leave it in the chat. If you have any question, leave it in the chat. You want to paint your house, you want to make it look beautiful, this is the right place to be. Hey bro man, thank you very much for joining on TikTok. Guys, let's double tap on the screen. Let's share this live. All right, Mr. Emmanuel, you're welcome. Rochil Tapit, thank you very much for joining on Facebook. Thank you to everybody who is joining on YouTube. So, which paint is better? Okay, I think I've answered that than graffites. So, graffites is a paint that's very beautiful, but you need to be sure what you are getting into. Please, can this work for trampoline installation? I don't understand that one. Okay, so if you have a soakaway pit and water is coming from the floor, one of the things you can do is to apply waterproof material. Yes, waterproof material will also work there. So, but you need to apply it properly. So you need to apply it properly with other things people usually do in the when installing sockaway. I'm not an expert in installing sockaway installation, but you applying waterproof material in that sockaway will also help with waterproofing the space, especially for those areas where you don't want water to come in. So waterproof material, they love water. Why all this cement and every other one, they don't like water. So applying waterproof material like Costa 2K and Crystal Coat will also work for you. Even inside swimming pool, you can also use them as well. So if you're a painter and you are looking at it, that how can you charge for work, the one of the mistakes you should not do is to say, okay, somebody say you should be charging so amount online and then you start charging. You see, somebody reached out to me the other day and it was like, Mr. Tope, please, I want to start charging my customer. I was like, if you use my own rates, all your customers will run away because you are not there yet. You know, there are different levels to this thing. What me I'm charging to some people that are also painting, it's just chicken change. Why? Because their own level is even higher than that. And what me I'm charging is very big for most people. You get? So it depends on your level. So one of the things you can also do is if you charge 500,000 for a work today, tomorrow try to add maybe something to it so that at the end of the day you'll be like, oh, you are improving. And maybe one day you see that, okay, a lot of expenses is coming in and every other thing, and this thing is not really making profits to like to ginger you again, you can then add to it and see if your customer will pay. Most customers will always like to bargain. Even though you say your work is 60 million, most customers will say, oh, it's 50, and if you are good with the 50, you can go with it. But for me, uh uh like, pricing your own price as other people might not really work for you. Where it might work for you if you guys are like close. I don't like you can understand what I'm trying to say. So thank you very much to Nala. Okay, thank you very much to Ine. I think it's Ine. TJ that joins on TikTok. Thank you very much. I think I've answered this question. So if you have any question about mold, about damp treatment, about painting, this is the right place to be. This is the right place to be. So does the same volume between satin and emulsion, which of them can cover more space? In terms of coverage, satin is better than emulsion. You see, if you are using, let's say for example, this is just an example. So for example, let's say a place you are going to use 2 satin paints. If you are going to use the emulsion, you might be using 5 emulsion paints. So that is the advantage of using satin over ordinary emulsion paint. So satin, matte, weather mask, these are high grade paints, and the reason they are more expensive than ordinary emulsion, one of the reason is that they cover more. That is, you can use little of them to cover big space. So instead of using 5 emulsion, you can use 2 satin. Instead of using 5 emulsion, you can use just 2 matte. Instead of using 5 emulsion, you can use 2 weather mask. So that is one of the difference between satin and ordinary emulsion. So let's go. That was a good question. Should you sandpaper your wall after doing screeding? The answer is yes in most cases. So even though it's just light sandpapering, it will help your paint, the paint you want to put over that screeding, or maybe the primer you want to put over the screeding, to stick better to the wall. And in some cases, there are sometimes you do screeding, there are some lines, like there are some places that are not still smooth. So that is where sandpapering also comes in to help you level the surface, so that whatever it is, whether it's primer or paint that you want to put on the surface, will come on it very well, and it will be beautiful. Will come on it very well, and it will be beautiful. So thank you to everybody who is watching on Facebook. Okay, since done, and you can lock the door and the gates also. All right. Is there any first? Okay, I've answered this question. So if you have any question, leave it in the chat. If you have any question, leave it in the chat. A word that is being painted certain water spoil is, how could it be treated perfectly? If you paint satin paint on your wall and it starts peeling, this is what you need to do. You see, satin paint is one of those paint that is prone to peeling. It peels very easily, and anytime you have small peel like this, the rest will just peel off. So in most cases, when you see satin paint peeling off like that, usually it is water that is causing it. Another thing that can also cause it is if person that apply it did not use primer, or they did not apply the satin on the wall properly. So if in your own case you are seeing that the peeling, the satin is peeling, and then the wall is also wet, that means it's water. Don't scrape the place, don't scrape it and say you want to repaint it. What you need to do is to remove the plaster on that wall, and even the satin paint. For those affected area, apply waterproof material like Costa 2K and Crystal Coat, replaster the place, do your screening again for the affected area, and then you now use a primer, and then you paint your satin. So that way you won't have any issue of paint peeling again. But if you in your own case you realize that the satin is peeling but the wall is not wet, so what you need to do in that particular case is to scrape off the satin. If the wall is not dusty, just apply a primer, do proper sandpapering, and then apply your satin paint in 2 coats, so that way your satin will stick better to the wall. I think we are still live. We are live. Thank you to everybody who is watching on YouTube. I think we are still live. Wow, thank you to Bukola. Thank you very much for the follow. I really appreciate you. Thank you to Khon and Amadi. Thank you very much for watching on Facebook. Thank you to everybody who has been sticking around on TikTok, YouTube. So there are some things I need to comment about. Let me check those and see that we are on the same page. So whatever it is that you do, there's always somebody that knows it better than you. And the best thing you can do to yourself is to go and learn from that person. If that person is not willing to teach you, find another person. Maybe the other person is not in your industry. Find someone who is doing similar thing but in another industry. Those ones are easier to approach compared to people that are in the same industry as you, because the people in the same industry as you might be like you are a threat to them. Like if they teach you now, you become a competitor. But find somebody, maybe the way Mr. Tope is talking online, he's talking about paints, he's talking about dam treatment, but your own, you are selling food. But you also want to be doing what Mr. Tope is doing. You also want to be selling massively your food, but not paint. You can meet Mr. Tope, please, how can I do this? I also offer these services. So it's easier for Mr. Tope to teach you whatever it is you want to learn in terms of marketing. Not marketing food now, but marketing your own business. In like all the things he do, you just copy it, you just adapt it to your own business, and then you'll be fine. But one thing that stop most people is that in most cases people will be like, don't let me do this, don't let me do that, don't let me go and meet this person. I don't know what they will say. The worst thing the person can say is no. And you'll be surprised that most people will tell you yes. There are a lot of people that reach out to me. Somebody reached out to me today. When I responded, the person was like, wow. He could not believe that I would respond to him. No, most people will respond to you, especially the people that are already successful. Like most people at the top will respond to you in most cases, even when you think they will not respond to you. So just put up the courage and say, okay, let me ask this person. That might be the difference between you getting stuck and actually achieving your goal and even more. So thank you to everybody who is watching on Facebook. I don't turn motivational speaker now. Mokun, I don't come pay. I don't turn motivational speaker. Come and pay, come and pay, come and pay. So let me see. There are some things we need to discuss. Wow, thank you to everybody who has been tapping on the screen on Facebook. Thank you to you guys. I really appreciate you. Um, yeah, I think we've talked about this. Then let's talk about okay, this is getting good. This is good. Okay. You need to become a copycat. Copy everybody. Tell them I told you so. Why? Because there's no original idea in the world today. Whatever it is that's going through your head, trust me, somebody already thought about it 10 years ago. You are just saying, oh, this thing is getting me crazy. Somebody already thought about it. In fact, as a matter of fact, they might have even done it before you. So copy people. In fact, there's this particular recently I was facing a challenge of getting more views on my text post. That is those posts I type and then I post them. I was not getting enough view. I was getting views, but I was not getting enough views. So what I did naturally was to go and check the pages of people I follow, and I know their posts usually get engagement. Their test posts usually get engagement. And what I noticed about them that I was not doing is that they usually put their own video. They will put one short video or one short picture of them, and then they will now type. It might even be a picture or video of them just doing something randomly, like not related to the post. They will just put it because I don't know, maybe it's just the natural feeling of human being that they want to see faces in a post. So and that tends to perform well. So they just put their picture and then they start typing, and then people comment and then they engage. So immediately I copied that, my post started engaging. Like a lot of people were commenting on the post, and I was like, wow, just by copying people. So Don't wait and say, oh, I don't want to copy people, I want my things to be original. You can't be original. Even the thing you think is original that you are doing, you got it from somewhere. Even though you did not know, you actually got it from somewhere. Don't be afraid to copy, but when you copy, copy with sense. Don't, not that you now copy and paste. When you are in the exam hall and somebody is copying everything, and then everything you write, and then the lecturer will be like, this, who is the original writer, who is the, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is when you copy, try to say, okay, this person is doing this, can I also do this? Like the way for example, the example I gave, I was doing posts, but the person was using his own image. I can't say, okay, let me go and lift the person's image and put it in my own. No, I will also use my own image or my own video and then use it to do my own post. So that is what I mean. So copy with sense. Okay. So after doing business for over 15 years, you see, there's something you need to know about running a business in Nigeria, and that thing is the fact that it is either you run a business that the profit margin is very very high, hmm? Like, I mean, crazy high, or you run a business whereby you sell at low margin but you are selling like millions of, like thousands of, hundreds of thousands of copies of that particular item. There's no in between. If you believe that you can run a successful business in Nigeria by staying in between, maybe you want to sell at medium margin, or you want to do something you don't, or you want to sell at low margin and then you are selling in low quantities, that business will not survive. Now, the reason is that there are a lot of expenses that are attached to business in Nigeria. Most things you need in business in Nigeria, most infrastructures are not in place yet. So you need a business that it will, like, fast you can easily generate cash flow. Cash flow is the name of the game, and you can do that in two ways: either by charging people very high, or by selling that thing you are selling at a low margin and you are selling it over, like, very very fast, just like tap 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 tap. Like, those are the two ways to do it. There's no in between. If you haven't figured this out yet, trust me, you will struggle in business. But know that it's either you sell at high margin or you sell at a low margin and then you are selling a lot, which is why you need to differentiate your products. Even though you want to say, okay, let me sell a high margin product, or you sell a high margin product and then you have another product that's low margin, but usually the two doesn't really work together. But you can't there's no sin in trying. So thank you to Adnan, thank you very much. Augustus, all these names are very, for me they are very difficult to pronounce. Don't mind me. I'm just a Yoruba boy. Okay, I think we have okay. So if you have any question about mold, about dam treatment, please leave it in the chat. If you are the one calling me, please just drop message. I will respond to you. 09043575896. 09043575896. This person, don't call me. Don't call me. Please, if you are the one calling me, please don't call me. Just drop message. I will respond to you. I will respond to you. There's this particular competition most top universities in Nigeria usually attend. And when I was in school, our university was selected. That's University of Ilorin. At that time, I was the best students in my class. So But then this particular competition was about presentation, was like you have, it's just like project defense. So one thing that really happened at that time that really opened my eyes to a lot of things now is that at that time, even though I was the best student in my class, but I was not good at presentation. Out of the four people on our team, I was the one lagging because they choose four people on each university's team to represent the university. I was the one lagging in that particular presentation. So, but one thing I now really noticed, this particular day I was going home, but then I saw somebody, some people were rehearsing. I was like, these are my teammates rehearsing, and me, I'm going home. So I realized that every time I left, uh, I left the school, so most of them usually stay behind, and then they will start practicing. I was like, oh, this is their secret. So immediately I started practicing as well. And guess what? Come fast forward to the day of the presentation on the real life competition now. We were presenting, and then our team, we took second out of every other top schools in Nigeria. Name any school that can come to your head. We got third. It was only Unilag that took first that time. So after the presentation, somebody reached out to me and it was like, "Oh, your presentation was really good. In fact, out of your team, your presentation, like my own presentation, was the best. Was the best." I was like, "Wow!" So since that time, I realized something, that if you think you don't have talent in something, one way you can outcompete everybody is to outwork them. Like you put in more effort. If, let's say, for example, in terms of content creation, somebody is creating 2 videos, you create 10 videos, create 20 videos if you can. That way you will win them. Why? Because the more volume you put out, the more you learn, the more mistakes you realize that you are making, and the more experts you get to develop. Before they know it, you are already you are far, far, far ahead. So if you think, okay, other people are better than you don't have any other option, this is what you need to do. Put in more effort than them. Put in more output than them. So thank you to Nilam very much. Thank you very much for joining on Facebook. So if you have any question on TikTok, leave it in the chat. I will respond. Let me quickly check some of these posts that we are supposed to turn into videos. Oops, why is this thing loading? And so if you want to place order, 0904 357 5896, 0904 357 5896. It reminds me of something that somebody said. I was like, people paying for so thing. It was like, there's money in this country. Oh. If you never see them, now you never get the money. Oh. I was, I was like, wow. A lot of people. There's a lot of money in this country. Like if you've not seen your own, just find it. Don't say something is expensive. Do you think people will pay for it? Hey, ibi tí owó wà ní Nàìjíríà yìí. Ibi tí owó wà ní Nàìjíríà yìí. No. Even the government, they fear some people when it comes to money. Um, I'm trying to check some posts. Uh, okay. You see, if you're somebody that posts content online, one thing you need to know is that it's not everything you post that will work. And the other thing you also need to know is that that video that you think will work might not be the one that will work. In most cases, it is the video that you'll be like, oh, this one will not perform, don't let me post it. Those are the ones that tend to perform very, very well. So somebody usually say in his word, somebody usually say, do not decide for people. Like let them be the judge. Even though it's something, as long as there's value in that thing you are saying. I could remember my first video that got like thousands of views was a video I did not even expect. I can't even remember what the video was now. So it was a video. It was me reacting to a video of I can't remember something like boss, sha. I don't know. So I was like, let me just post this thing just for because I found it interesting, and then the video went viral. So if you are creating content, whether it is for your business or for your handwork, so always know that you should not decide for people. You don't know what will go viral. You don't know what people will resonate with. Okay, this is good. So let's check. No, I can't go back again. Let me just check TikTok. So if you are watching on TikTok, make sure you double tap on the screen. If you are watching on Facebook, slow connection. What's slowing the connection again? Let's check. I think we are connected to MTN. I don't even know which network to use again. No. Thank you to Mr. Adeface. Thank you very much. Hey, good. Thank you very much for joining. So if you have any question about mold, about dampness, leave it in the chat. So if you want any of these products, you want to buy a top mold defense. A top mold defense is that particular material you can use if you have mold on your wall, all this black stuff on your wall or on your ceiling. So a top mold defense is what you need. And what it does is that it will help you kill all the mold in your place. It will help you kill all the mold in your place so that mold will not start disturbing you. In fact, let me tell you, this is one of our best selling products right now. So there's no day that people that goes by that people don't order for a top mode defense. People come from Abuja, they come from Port Harcourt, Enugu. You know, are we even we being one to somebody? They are going to send it to the person abroad. So a top mode defense is one of the best selling products. So it means it's working for people. So if you are somebody that wants to treat mold, you want to treat dampness in your place, use a top mode defense. And for those of you that are doing work, you are working on site, you see some black stuff in that place, whether you're a carpenter, you are even a plumber, like you do all this work inside people's house and then you are supposed to be touching their walls and you see some black thing there. Don't go and touch that black thing. No, get tell them to get a top mode defense first to treat the place, to kill the mold before you can come in and work. Most workers, they've suffered. Honestly, they've suffered. Why? Because the houses you are going to work, you don't really know what is on the wall. Even though you see that yes, there are some black thing, and even when you enter the room, you see that something is not right in the smell, and you at the end of the day you say okay, you want to work there, you are breathing in mold in your lungs, and later you realize that you are weak, you are feeling weak, you can't breathe very, very well, you are having different medical issue, you go to the hospital, they can't find the solution to whatever it is causing it. It is where you are working that's causing it. So it is all those black things in those houses you went to work that's causing it. So always advise the owner, if you cannot get mold defense, or even you carry it from your money, because the money you are going to use to treat mold related health issue is more than what this thing will cost you. So always use it to disinfect the place before you now start working. No talk say I no tell you. So that's mode defense. So mode defense is just 40,000 naira. Mode defense is 40,000 naira. If you need it, send us a DM 09043575896. So check or you check our profile, you see our profile there, you see my number there on the profile. So that is the best way to reach me, or you send a DM on WhatsApp to get this thing. It's flying like left, right, center. People, even my staff could not believe the demand on this particular product. 09043575896. People are buying it. So a top mode defense, that's what you need. should consider opening a store in Abuja. People are asking for your Costa 2K. All right. Okay, Northern. Okay. Thank you very much to Northern New Creations. Thank you very much. I really enjoy your content a lot. Yes, it's something we are looking at. It's something we are looking at, but there are some things we want to try and put in place first. In fact, Abuja is one of our biggest markets when it comes to dam-proof materials and what's it called, and more defense. So Abuja is one of our biggest markets. Thank you to Northern New Creation. We love all the content you are putting out. A lot of things we are learning from your page. Keep putting up a lot of interesting things. Thank you very much. It's a wonderful thing. So anybody that asks you now, you can send them my number. This is my number 090435758896. Let them reach out on WhatsApp. We always will build to Abuja. So for people that want to work in Abuja, so Northern New Creations, if you can also message me on WhatsApp, probably we might be able to work together. Though, because most people reach out to me from Abuja and then I'll be like, oh, we don't have somebody that's capable that will help you do this thing. So what we normally do is to just send it to them and then they will go and apply it themselves. But if we have somebody like you that's capable, then we can work together. So thank you very much for that. I really appreciate you. So if you're on WhatsApp, if you're okay, let's check people on YouTube. So if you're on TikTok, make sure you are double tapping on the screen. Make sure you are double tapping on the screen. Make sure you are double tapping on the screen. Thank you to everybody who is watching on Facebook. Also, you guys should also double tap on the screen. Double tap on the screen. So that's a top mode defense is just 40,000 naira. Now let's talk about Costa 2K and Crystal Coat. So if you are somebody that water is disturbing your place, you have paint that's peeling on your wall, one of the best products you can use is Costa 2K and Crystal Coat. And why do I always recommend the two? Why? Because the two do, even though they do the same thing, they waterproof your wall, but they work in different ways. It's just like going to the market, like two people can be going to the same market but they are following different routes, but they will still get to the same market, even though some of them might get, like, somebody can enter the market from this angle, the other one will enter the market from this other angle. So that is Costa 2K and Crystal Coat for you. But now take for example the two people that are going to the market. If they go and buy something, it will be more than what one person can buy. Like, it will be more, like, let's say a particular person needs let's say coconuts. What one person can carry, if two people go to the same market, they can carry more than what one person can carry. So that's the similitude of using Costa 2K and Crystal Coat on a wall. It's not that if one person goes to the market, they will not bring coconut, but two people going makes it possible that at least one of them will actually get the coconut. You get? So that is Costa 2K and Crystal Coat for you. So if you have a wall that water is disturbing, using Costa 2K and Crystal Coat together is just like two-factor authentication. If one of it fail over the years, the other one will still be there to protect your wall, which makes it last longer, because there are two. It's not that you mix the two together. One will form a layer first, then another one will form a layer. So like you apply Crystal Coat first, then you apply Costa 2K second. So that means if Crystal Coat fail, maybe over some years, Costa 2K will still be there to defend your wall. Or let's say if Costa 2K fail, Crystal Coat will still be there to defend your wall. That makes it last longer. And for most people that we have been doing waterproof treatment for, they never have complained. So, and one thing we also want to be doing very soon. Okay, don't let me say it. So let's start doing it so that you guys can see. So it's don't let me say. All right, thank you to Northern New Creation. It's good to all right, thank you very much. It says you inspire all of us. Keep doing the good work. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right, I'll be expecting your message. Just say it's Northern New Creation on WhatsApp. That's my direct WhatsApp number. So 09043575896. 09043575896. And all this waterproof material, they are not too difficult to use. So even any painter can use it, or even any average bricklayer can even use it. So, but the only thing you need to consider when you are using them is that you must remove the plaster. But most customers will be like, I don't want you to remove my plaster. No, don't allow them to come and fall your hand, because at the end of the day, when you use it and then you did not remove the plaster and something happens to the wall, they'll be like, is that guy that did not mention? If you know the number of people that usually come to my DM and start saying, is the painter that helped them do it that say they should do squidding. And in some cases, it might not be the painter, it might just be them that say, like, well, what if we do squidding? And then the painter be like, let me just do this squidding and go. But at the end of the day, if that thing fails, they say, is it now the painter cause am? Yeah, and he's not a painter. So, but you as a painter as well, it's very important that you also get to learn all these things, because immediately you learn it, you can start orienting your customer. It will get you more work, because most walls that we are painting nowadays, most of these walls, they have these issues, but most people don't know the right thing to use for them. But now with the advent of a lot of waterproofing materials in the market, you can do it properly and water will not disturb that person for a very long time. And once you are able to do that, they will say, ah, it's also person that helped me when water was disturbing me. Some people have tried 3 chemicals, 3 different treatments, like they've done it once, pa, it did not last 6 months, the thing show, pa, again 3 months, the thing show. But when you now come up with a professional solution, if you don't know how to do it, send me a DM, I will teach you how to do it for your customer. So if you come up with a professional solution and then you use it for them and the thing lasts for a very long time, guess what they will be doing? They will be referring you to their friends, to their relatives, to everybody, that, oh, this is the person I use for my painting. And I won't tell you, I will tell you for a fact that most of the work we now get nowadays is because we are also doing waterproofing as part of our service. Like, for example, now we are doing one project in Ijegun currently, and the person initially called us for a very small damp-proof material, that's 30 square meter, which is considerably small. But later on, while we were working, he saw the way we were doing everything neat, and it was like he want us to paint his whole house, inside and outside. Trust me, that's the kind of project we love, because painting inside and outside part of a house is like a big project in most cases. So if you're a painter, this is one of the things you should also learn, so that you can be getting more jobs to add to your, like, you are doing waterproofing. If customers did not call you for waterproofing, they will call you for painting. If they did not call you for painting, they call you for waterproofing. So that's the way it is. And this thing is very, very simple. It's just remove the plaster, apply Costa 2, crystal coat, apply Costa 2K. But the other thing you also need to know is how to diagnose the wall properly, because if you use paracetamol for somebody that's purging, the person will come back and say my headache is still there. So you need to know how to diagnose it properly. But diagnosis is also very, very simple. On most of my live sessions, I usually explain to people, this is how to diagnose also thing, this is how to do it, this is how to do that slow. So make sure you subscribe to my channel, subscribe, follow me, now free. So in most of my videos that they will still be posting, my team will still be posting, I've explained a lot of things about how to apply waterproof material, how to diagnose dampness. You don't need, even without any equipment, you can diagnose dampness. It takes some level of skills, that there are some things you need to check. For example, let me share some with you. If you go to a place, you want to paint the place, and then you see that, okay, paint is peeling on the inside and it's peeling on the outside, and for that apartment there are, like, let's say 2 flats below on the down, another 2 flats above. So if you check the first flat, there's dampness, that is, there's paint peeling. Now you go to the second flat, you see that paint is also peeling, and then on the outside too, maybe they use tiles, or you see paint peeling there. You need to know that that is rising damp. Why? Because rising damp usually affects, most times it usually affects the whole house. It will not just affect a place and not affect the other place. So that's rising damp. So that's when you can now advise the customer to install DPC, whether it's the physical one or the chemical one. Or you ask the customer to and then you also tell them to use Costa 2K and crystal coat or any other waterproof material on the wall. So, but if you now have the dampness showing in one room and the other rooms they don't have it, that is penetrating damp or even condensation damp. And the way to treat it is, one, you need to know where exactly in the house that thing is. Is he on the POP or is he on the wall? If it is on the POP, most dampness that are on the POP, that is most discoloration you see on the POP, maybe the place is turning black, most of the time it comes from dampness leak, like from leakage from above. Maybe the other side, like up, there's an apartment there that they are having a leaking pipe, or maybe it's even the roof is leaking. So that way you need to say, okay, let's block this leakage. That way you cannot use waterproof cement on that place. You need to use a top mold defense or any other mold treatment chemical to kill the mold, and then you repaint. That one is very straightforward. But some of the other few cases you might see on the feed is that in that place, maybe the window is very small, and then you start seeing mold everywhere, and then you check the other rooms, they don't have it. It means that particular room, the window is too small for the air to circulate. Or maybe if you ask the customer very well, they will tell you that the water, like the that place, they usually close it, like they not usually open it. But in most cases, that particular case, the discoloration, that is the black, the number of black thing you will see is not too much, and it will not be in one certain place, it will be everywhere. Let's say in a bathroom now, maybe they not used to open the window or the door, you see that the mold, you will see the dampness, the black thing, you will see it will not be it will be everywhere. It will not just be in one single place in that room, it will be everywhere. That way it's most likely to be a condensation damp, and in that case you need to advise them to maybe enlarge the window, or even get a dehumidifier, or just get ventilation in that space. So but if you see it's localized, that means something is happening in that spot, and you need to treat that something first before you profile any solution. I see most painters, or most workman, they will go to the site, they will see that thing, they will be like, go and buy undercoats. That is not the first place to start. Tell them to figure out the cause of that dampness. Like, you can tell them to say, okay, if it is the roof that's above them, let them get a somebody that knows about the roof to go and check that spot, go, especially when you see that the something is just forming a pattern around certain area. Let them get it fixed. If it is somebody above, that's there's a floor above them, let them get a plumber or a tiler to help them check that room above. Trust me, there's this particular project we did in this part of Lagos, Lasu, that Lasu area, and the woman was complaining that she has all this mold on her ceiling. So I told my staff that when you get there, immediately you get there, go and check the room above, go and check the apartment above, check the toilet, check the toilet drain, check the tiles there. So you will find a place where water is leaking, and lo and behold, when they got there, they realized that it was the drainage of the person that's up on top of our own apartment. The drainage of the toilet is leaking around that place. So what we did was to get them. We did not start work. Even though the woman bought the necessary materials already, we did not start work. We told her to go and get a plumber, even for our neighbor, even if she wants to pay. So for the plumber, so she, after they fix that place, that's when we will now solve the we now treat our own place, and then we also treat the wall for her. And since that time, that was last year, she has not called for any issue again. So if you do all these things properly, it is simple. Like, these are simple things that you can do for your customers that can make you money. And if you're a painter, there's more money in waterproofing than even painting. Why? Because there are only few people that can do it properly, and that is the essence of any work you want to do. Like, when only few people can do it properly, you can charge properly, and you can do people's work properly that will make them happy. Trust me, most people are happy to pay you that because you want to solve their problem. Imagine somebody spending money 3 times. Like, just imagine screening a place 3 times sef. One, the wahala of you carrying all the furnitures every time they want to do the screening, the wahala of you want to buy material, the wahala and the stress of uncomfortability that you will be getting. Like, you have to, maybe when somebody is that, we all know how we do in our room when nobody is there, but when you want to screen, the painter will be there, they will do, like, everybody will go in and coming in. Just imagine doing that 2 times a year, and you did not get the result. Now you seeing somebody that can do it properly, trust me, you are going to pay. You are going to pay. So thank you to everybody who is watching. Thank you to James, Johanna, thank you very much. Thank you to everybody who is watching on TikTok. Make sure you double tap on the screen, guys. Make sure you double tap on the screen. Have we spent 1 hour already? So if you're on TikTok, make sure you double tap. Let me check TikTok. That was a see white painting. Thank you very much for double tapping on the screen. Okay, I guess as much. I got you guys. Yeah, you try wow. Because I know that anytime TikTok is slow like that, they want to log you out. That's it. Big Joshua, thank you very much. Thank you to everybody who is joining. Let's share this to our status. Thank you to everybody who is joining. So if you have mold in your place, you have dampness in your space. So we are talking about mode, we are talking about dam treatment, we are talking about painting your space. We are talking about painting your space to get the best results. So if you want to place order for any of our products, 09043575896. Thank you to T White Painting. Thank you for the repost. I really appreciate you. So if you want to place order for any of our products, the number you want to reach is 09043575896. 09043575896. That's the best number to reach out to. Thank you to DevDav. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you for double tapping on the screen. T Classic Painting. Thank you very much for joining. We have a lot of painters in the room and a lot of interior designers in the room. You guys are one of my motivations to keep doing what I do. T White Painting. Thank you very much for the tapping on the screen. I think that was an interesting one. So if you're a painter, so adding damp proof to your work is something that you really never regret. If you have somebody that can train you, the only thing is I don't know how many people will be interested in a training on dam proofing. It's something I've had in mind. In fact, I've recorded the advertisement already, but I've never had the time to actually organize a class. But maybe one of these days we'll just organize a class on dam proofing, even though it might not be free. It might cost small chickily money, but it's something that will really help a lot of people. So so let me okay. Okay, so our top mode defense is 40,000 naira. Costa 2K is 70,000. It comes with cement and liquid. Is 70,000 naira. So white crystal coat is 80,000 naira. So you can use them to waterproof your walls, whether it is wall or your decking that's leaking, or even your bathroom and toilets that's leaking. So you use them before you now put your tiles again. So one other thing, so if you have paint peeling on your wall and you are not sure whether it is dampness that is causing the paint from peeling, this is one tip. This is one thing you can do. One of the things you can do is to go to your neighbor's house, not in the same compound as you now, another house beside your house. Check if their own paint is peeling as well. Also, like check 2 to 3 houses around your house. So if those houses have paint peeling on their wall, it is probably dampness. Is dampness. Why? Because all those houses are built on the same soil, and if that soil that's carrying those houses is wet, and in most cases most people don't use DPC, it means if you're having the issue, your neighbor will also have the issue, especially if you are in your own house and paint is spilling inside your own room. But on the outside part of your house, you check, you did not see paint peeling. Why? Because they've put tiles. So checking your neighbor's house might be the next option for you to really know whether it's your own place that has the issue, or it's the old houses, it's all the other houses that are around that place that are having the issue. So if it is rising damp, you can then do manual DPC, like the physical one or the chemical one, and then you use waterproof material on the wall. So that is one of the ways to know. But if you now go there, you did not see any house, like all the other houses are dry, it might be the application of paint on your wall, like they did not properly apply paint on that wall. So you might need to scrape off the paint and repaint the place properly again. Of course, you use a primer before you repaint the place. So those are some tips, small things that you can do to know where the dampness is coming from. So if you need Costa 2K, if you're a painter, your customer needs Costa 2K or Crystal Coat or any of these materials that we are selling, send me a message on WhatsApp. So that's where you can reach out to me personally, or you send a DM. One of my staff will attend to you and direct you to the proper channel. So 09043575896. So if you're a household now, you want to treat dampness yourself, you don't want it to cost you too much money, message me on WhatsApp 09043575896. 09043575896. 09043575896. Thank you to everybody who is joining on Facebook. Somebody says just for inspection. You see, normally we charge 50,000 naira currently for inspection, and some people will be like, oh, it's okay, I can pay. Some people will be like, Hey, 50,000. I just see a message pop up now on Instagram. Somebody was like, just for inspection. So the next thing most people will ask, like this person is asking, is where are you based? Most people think it's about the location of where we are coming from. That's where we charge 50,000. And I usually tell people that even though you are living beside our office, we'll still charge you that 15,000. Why? We are not charging you for the transport money only. We are charging you for the experience, for the equipment we will bring. There are sometimes I will enter market like this and I will keep spending money on equipment. I'll be like, this guy, when are you going to make this money back? You see, and all those equipments are to get good results for our customers. And when we now get that equipment, very expensive equipment, so some we don't even find them in Nigeria, we import them. And then at the end of the day, you want me to be doing it for free? Even federal government no dey do free thing nowadays. So you have to know that if you want the best, there are some things you might need to pay. I've seen somebody charging 100,000 for inspection. You get? So I've seen somebody charging 7 million for inspection. Don't let me say I've had that one, that somebody is charging 7 million for inspection. So it's all about what you are willing to pay for. And when people charge for inspection, it's not that they are bad people. It means in some cases it's just for them to be able to select the kind of customer they get to work with. If you are somebody that's saying everybody is my customer, is a lie. Everybody cannot be your customers. Some people will be like, even though you sell something for 1 naira, some people like, this thing is too cheap, I can't get it, like it cannot be original. So because of that, they will not buy from you. And if you are somebody that's selling your thing for 100 million, some people will be like, yes, this is quality because it's expensive. You can't sell to everybody. So when people now say they charge 50,000, 100,000, 7 million naira for inspection, in some cases they want to use it to say, okay, some people that cannot pay for inspection, maybe later on the kind of quotation we are going to give them, maybe they might not even be able to afford it. You get? And in Nigeria generally, what me I have noticed is that when people pay for some things, they get to value it more. They get to, like, before people pay for things, before Nigerians will pay you for something, they will have thought about it to the left, to the right, to the center. It means they are ready to do it. But if you start saying you want to do something for free for everybody, trust me, you just start, even all this what's it called, NGO, they will not do up to you. You'll be using your money to, like, this month alone now. Today is 14th, and we've done about, let's say, because things are not moving very fast this month, we've done about 5 or 6 inspections, or even more. And trust me, those inspections, there are some inspections we go to in Ijebu Ode, some in Ilorin, some in Ibadan, different places. Now imagine me just using my money to fund that. The day we were going to Ilorin, I had to pay the staff all the whole money, all the 50,000 the person pay. I have to pay the staff that's going there. Just use it to do something. The staff had to lodge in a hotel in Ibadan while coming back. All those kind of expenses. So now imagine me saying it's my money I'll be using. Abba, it doesn't make business sense. Apart from the fact that we even have other expenses that we are paying. You pay for solar, you pay for this, you pay government. One government agency has been dragging me now. You have to pay, you have to pay, you have to pay tax, you have to pay staff, you have to pay for rent, all those things, and you still expect me to come and do inspection for free. Abba, don't let us do that. This is 2026. Let us step up. So, and if you're a painter, if you are thinking of also charging for inspection, don't go and start charging 50,000. No, you will chase all your customers away. Unless you are big already and you know that, okay, even you get a lot of customers already. That way you can even say 100,000, 200,000 for inspection. Trust me, people will pay you. But when you are starting out, you can just start with, let's say, 10,000, 5,000. Maybe you are not charging people before. You can say, okay, start paying 5,000. And from there you say, okay, a lot of people are paying this 5,000, let me put it to 10,000, so that I will have more time and be more dedicated to the few inspections I want to go. So that's how to do it. Don't say, and Satope say we can now charge 100,000. Your place will just be doing kyo because no customer will come. You will sleep tired. So just do things according to your own capacity. So that's the summary of everything. So somebody is asking for more defense. So if you need more defense, you need any of the materials we sell, message me on WhatsApp 09043575896. Let me leave that on YouTube. Thank you to T White Paints Pro. Thank you very much. 09043575896. That's the number to reach out to on WhatsApp. 09043575896. That's WhatsApp number. So it's on Facebook. Is the number I pin on Facebook. So that's the number to reach out to. If you're on TikTok as well, that's the number on the screen. 09043575896. That's on WhatsApp, please. So that's where to reach me. But if you call, a staff of mine will also attend to you. So 09043575896. 09043575896. Thank you to Kira Bags. Thank you to Sharpshooter. Thank you very much for joining again. So we are talking about painting, we are talking about dam treatments, we are talking about doing things properly so that you get the right result. So that you get the best result for whether it is painting or dam treatments or mold. Mold is something you should not live with. Oh. If you see all this black thing on your wall, run no. Because those black things are mold, and if you neglect it, it's going to cause you serious health issue. So most especially not in Nigeria, in most developed countries, when they see that, they will shut down that place, they will move out of the house. They will move out of the house so that inspectors will come and inspect the place, check every corner, and then they will disinfect the place. During this COVID-19, they will say quarantine. That's how they will quarantine the house properly. Why? Because they know the health implication, that mold is not something you live with. You see, mold is not something you live with. You see, most people will send me video and then they will have mold everywhere, black thing everywhere, and I will be like, you are still sleeping in this place and you did not find any solution. And then you tell them, oh, come and buy this thing. They'll be like, hey, it's too expensive. Expensive waiting when you are already having health issue already. Like, all these mold treatment chemicals are not something that are expensive. Like this atop mold defense is just 40,000 naira. This one just 40,000 naira, and if you have a 2-bedroom flat sef, this one can do most part of it. So this one 4 liters, 40,000 naira as at the time of recording this video, because the price can change tomorrow. So don't take your health lightly. Always try to treat those things, those black things. One thing about life is that when things are not going right, you always see some indication. A place is white before, and then you start seeing black there. The black is not for decoration. Something is wrong with that thing. For example, somebody that is fair in complexion before, and then they start seeing black thing like rashes on their body, it means in their blood system something is wrong. So if you, as a house owner, you see your wall is white, is beautiful before, now you start seeing some black things grow on it, don't say it might be something minor. It's not minor. If it is minor, it will not come and show on your wall. So get mold defense, like a top mold defense. Use it to treat that surface properly so that you won't have any health issue, because those things usually cause health problem. So get a top mold defense, you spray it on those places so that you won't have that issue again. So send us a DM if you need a top mold defense. Send us a DM ASAP. We'll ship to anywhere you are, whether in Nigeria or outside Nigeria. So send us a DM. Don't play with mold. Okay, thank you, Tope. I appreciate all your teachings on how to paint and the kind of paint that you should use for every work. Thank you, brother. God bless you. Oh, thank you very much, Mrs. Mr. Victor Chukwu Emele. Thank you very much on YouTube. You're welcome. If you are looking for a good paint you can use to paint the outside part of your house, especially if it is a duplex or upstairs house, go for weather mask or matte paints. The reason I usually recommend these two paints is that they have weather durability and they are affordable. So, like, they are affordable. Yes, there are other options you can use, like Graffites, Tyrolean, Design, and other stuff, but these two, weather mask and matte paint, will not cost you too much money, but they will last long. For example, if you are going to paint the same cost you are going to paint weather mask and matte, you spend like times 10 of that, or let's say times 5 to times 10 of that, to do whether it is Graffites or in some cases Tyrolean. So weather mask and matte will give you beautiful results, but they are not that expensive. They are expensive, but they are still affordable in terms of the fact that they can even last up to 5 to 7 years. So those are still the best option. But if you are somebody that likes a particular design, for example, you like Graffites, you like Tyrolean, you like which other design, you like you like marble throwware, you still want to use it, yes, you can still go for them. They are also beautiful paints that you can use, but they might be more expensive, even though they last the same duration as weather mask and matte. But if you are somebody that's conscious of the price you want to spend, go with weather mask and matte. Even though they are more expensive than ordinary emulsion, they will still last long, like 5 to 7 years. They last more, they last longer than ordinary emulsion paints. Thank you to everybody who is watching. Thank you to everyone watching on TikTok. I think we are still live. Thank you to everybody watching on YouTube. YouTube guys, you guys are always amazing. Let me check my mic. Is my mic working? Hello. Hello. Okay, I think it's working. Because there are some times that you'll be recording and then at the end of the day you realize that mic no they work again. That thing is usually very painful. A lot of videos have lost just because of the fact that mic is not working and there's no way for me to even retrieve the video. And the other video is not too good, like on other platforms. So thank you very much to Mokelifi Rebecca watching on Facebook. Thank you to everybody watching on YouTube. Let me see if we can see some name of people that are watching on YouTube. I think it should be under top fans. Under top fans. Let me check. Okay, top fan. Okay, I think Mr. Victor is the one on YouTube. That's good pains, okay. Abisola, thank you very much for double tapping on the screen. So if you are somebody that's here, you're a painter, you are an interior designer, you are an exterior designer, you are an architect, and you are here to be following this page, you are missing a lot. Make sure you follow me, whether you are watching on YouTube, you are watching on TikTok, you are watching on Facebook. Make sure you are following me. Why? Because I give out a lot of valuable things. So the other day we even did a training on how to do graffitis properly, how to do throwaway properly on the wall, and very soon we'll be posting those videos again so that people that did not attend will also be able to see those videos and learn from it. So it's free knowledge that we are giving for free that people charge for. You know, one of the biggest joy I usually get is seeing upcoming painters that come to my page to come and learn. Somebody reached out to me the other day. He was like, thank you. It was this morning and it was like, thank you very much, Mr. Tope. I've been following you for a very long time. I used to paint just one single room, but after watching a lot of your videos this year, I got a project to paint a whole house, and the house was, I got it right. Like he was able to paint it very well, and now the person that he painted for is referring him for another job. You know, those are the kind of testimonial you get from people that makes you happy. And one thing about projects is that when you've not stepped up or when you've not seen somebody encourage you to do something that's bigger than what you used to do, you might not be able to go for that. Like you might not be able to do that bigger thing. For example, somebody that is just taking one room, like one room, self-contained, two-bedroom painting, like it will be afraid of taking a duplex fearing the fact that, hey, what if I go and mess this thing up? So what if I go and mess this thing up? So but when you see somebody online that's shouting, okay, this is how to do it properly, this is the proper way, he's showing you is the way he's doing it, it gives you that confidence that no, I've seen it. Even though you are not sure, again, you can still message the person and say, oh, please, this is what I want to do, can I do it this way? And he says yes. That means you have that confidence. Single room self-contained, you want to paint, somebody that's painting duplex, go and do joint. That way you get the confidence. Why? Because even the person you want to go and for, it might is still you that the person will use as okay, yeah, climb up, let me paint the duplex. And you'll be like, there's nothing in this thing, I'm just afraid. Yes, we are all afraid of something, but we need somebody to push us in certain stage of our life. So thank you very much to everybody who has been watching. So if you want any of these products, you want dam treatments, you want mold defense, message me on WhatsApp 09043575896. If you are watching on YouTube, that's the phone number I pinned to the chat. 09043575896. That's the WhatsApp number I pinned to the chat. So if you have messaged me on WhatsApp, I'll be there to respond very soon. We'll soon be going offline so that I can respond to all messages. Because when you message on WhatsApp, I'm the one that will respond. But when you message via DM, my staff will respond. Or when you give us a phone call one of my staff will respond and direct you to the proper channel. Thank you very much to everybody who has been watching. If you have mold in your place, the right chemical to use is a top mold defense. It's very cheap, not too expensive. We can web it to you anywhere you are. So Abuja, Port Harcourt, Benin, Asaba, Delta, anywhere you are, we will build to you. You are in Ibadan, you are in Osun State, we can build this particular mode defense to you. So if you also have dampness on your wall, your paint is peeling, get Costa 2K and Crystal Coat ASAP. So get it, we can build it to you. There are some people that will like, oh, I want to buy one. Can you build to me? You see, I will build to you. Which is why nowadays we started posting videos of how we are building to people. Just one unit. They want to try it. After trying it, they want to. I don't know what people mean by trying it, because if you buy Costa 2K and Crystal Coat, you use it. It's not today that you see the end results, which is not even good for us that are selling it. Why? Because you cannot get quick testimonial. Maybe it's until the person see the work for 6 months before they can say, this thing is actually working. It's different from a top mode defense, because with mode defense you can easily see that okay, it kills it and then the thing did not come back. But with damp treatment, you have to wait for like 6 months or 3 months before they say, how are we going to get testimonial from people? But as time passes, we are already getting testimonials for people that we've done their damp proving for like a year or more now, and then they did not have the issue. So if you are somebody that needs it, so we can get it, send us a DM 090435755896. That's the number I pin on the chat. So that's the WhatsApp number, or you send us a DM on the app you are watching from, whether you are watching on Facebook, you are watching on TikTok, you are watching on YouTube. So send us a DM. YouTube does not have DM, so but message us on this number I pin to the chat 090435755896. Okay. So there's another question from Mr. Victor. Watching your videos and following you closely has given me confidence in this painting journey, and I pitched wow to a client perfectly, which he agreed. I'll be starting work on the site soon. Thank you. Wow. This is Mr. Victor. This is a very wonderful testimonial. Let me keep this. I'm going to screenshot it so that we'll use it for our future contents. Let me see. We have a place we are storing testimonial currently. Let me save it. Let's screenshot it with this side. Okay, let's save it as testimonial. So if you are somebody that my post has helped you, and you are not leaving testimonial on my post, if I catch you, leave testimonial so that we get more people to join this train, so that we get more people to also, because that, don't hesitate to leave that comment, to follow us, to like our video, to leave that wonderful comment that, oh, this thing has been helping me, or ask that question. Even by you asking question on this channel, you are doing me a favor. So don't say, I don't want to ask, I don't know if you answer. Do me a favor, ask the question. Why? Because most of the video you see that I'm posting comes from people's question, and if you did not ask question, where you want make a see video idea to post. So ask questions so that we can post it. I think, is it testimonial or review that I used to save this thing? Testimonial. Okay, user testimonials. So ask questions, leave your review, say the positive or even negative thing. Because no people, human being no feel good finish. So but one thing I'm usually afraid of is people coming online to say, Mr. Kokpe did not do this, Mr. Kokpe did this to me, which I'll never do bad to anybody. Which is why when anybody complain, I'm always like, when they have sent me screenshots, come and see. If they send me screenshot of some situation whereby people start driving, so it's something that I don't think anybody, but you never say never. When you place your usually have evidence. If you say, I pay me, I did not deliver my goods, I had that, okay, I missed it. Messaged me a while ago and it was like, Mr. Ope, I told somebody to message you and pay. Person pay. You did not go, you did not this. I was like, okay, please tell the person to message me with the same phone number they used to message me initially. Give me the person's number, let me message the person. Another week, the lot of weeks pass again. Since till this moment, the person has not messaged again. Another person even message, I don't know, this social media is full of orisi. Another person also messaged me, was like, Mr. Okpe, I told somebody to contact you for inspection or something like that. I said, okay, please tell the person to message me. I did not get response again from this other person. I still went to message them. Okay, send me the phone number. I'm always worried because I don't know, maybe something as lot of messages that we are treating a lot. Sometimes we might have three inspections we might have to do the same time, so maybe we do two and we forgot one, which has never happened. So it might happen because we are human being. So I always give that window of doubt that, are we the one that will do mistake, or is the mistake from our own side? I always try to say, okay, let's say if it is our own fault, we'll say, so we are very, very sorry. So do you need a refund, or do you want us to still go ahead with the work? But all these people that are messaging, they will not respond. So I'm also saying this. So in case of somebody is coming online and say, okay, he chopped my money, always ask for the receipts. Tell him which number did he message, because me, your wanderer. Today, just today, somebody messaged me. The woman is in Abuja. She said, okay, she wants us to do home delivery for her. She said she wants to use GIG. I told her, ma, the last delivery we did, even though it was not even home delivery, it was not even GIG we used. They collected 8,000 naira. And she was like, no, I used to collect him from Lagos, it's not up to that. Okay, don't worry, I will go to GIG, I will check for you. And because I was busy, I have a GIG app, I check. And usually the price on the app is usually more expensive than the price you get on in their store in some cases. So I said, okay, the price they are showing is still 12,000 something. Are you still okay with that? Should I go? She said, no, can you come? And this morning I saw another delivery company that their own is a bit cheaper. They were collecting 7,000 something for home delivery. But the problem is they cannot pick up today, which is Saturday. So I told her that, okay, this other company, I've even paid for the other company. She has not paid me for delivery. I've paid for the other company that I've booked the pickup already. They will come and pick it, but they say it's on Monday. I was explaining to her. She said, no, can you come? Or maybe I should refund money. As I hear refund, me to do. I quickly say, send the account number. Did she even mention refund? I was like, or we should refund you. She said, I refund. Within one, if you tell me, I want you to refund me, within 1 minute I don't refund you. The only place I will not refund you is if I've already offered service. For example, you say, please come and do inspection for me. I've done inspection for you. You now say, I cannot afford the inspection. My brother, my sister, I charge you for inspection, you paid for the inspection, I've done the inspection. Don't come back to me and say you want the money for inspection back. Because normally when we do inspection, I pay the staff that's coming to you before they come. So you will not now expect me that, okay, I should now refund you. So Abba, let us think about this, all these things together. So, but if I've done offer service to you and you say, me, I'm even the one that usually suggests to customer, Abi, I make a refund you. Somebody, we went for one inspection today, and the person was like, we charge you for, normally we charge you for dampness inspection, and normally we also do painting, which you have seen all our videos. Those are the things we say we do. But you were now saying, I also want the person to do a thorough assessment of the place, of the building, whether the building is fit. We are not structural engineer. When she said it like 3 times, immediately said it the third time, I was like, sorry, please, if you we these are the things we want to do. The person that's coming, he can paint, he can do quotation for painting, he can also do quotation for dam treatment. These are the only things we can do. If you need further assistance in terms of the structural assessment of the house, please get a structural engineer, then let me know if we can refund you. So that was what I told her. She was like, I'm not causing trouble. I say it's not about trouble, it's about getting clarity. Because I don't want a situation whereby we offer you service and we say you are not satisfied. Me, I love to serve few customers very, very well, so that I will even pamper them. Compared to me now doing, I want to serve everybody. I cannot serve everybody. I'm always willing to do refund when it's necessary. I will not say, I must make this sales by fire by force. No, God go do my own. Shey you get. So, and this is lesson for everybody. If you're a painter, you are an interior designer, always have that mentality. Not that you are saying don't patronize me. No, you are saying, okay, please, I will do what you pay for. But but always try to have that communication. Don't say, okay, you are delivering this and then the customer is thinking you are delivering this. That will always cause trouble for you later on, that you might end up even spending your own money to finish the project. So but once you and your customer are on the same page and then the customer is happy with your service, trust me, they will always refer you, which is where you want to be. Not that you want to be doing jumping all around, doing things that are not necessary, trying to please people that are not even pleased with your service even before you even get there. Me, I don't do those kind of things. So thank you to everybody. Good evening, Hamza Waziri. Thank you to everybody. I think it's time for us to go offline. Okay, I've answered the question. Hamza Waziri. I think I've seen this. Okay, is it the same person on WhatsApp? Hamza Waziri. I think you've messaged me on WhatsApp. I've seen this DP on WhatsApp. All right, guys. So if our post has been helping you, please always leave it on our posts, on our videos. Always leave it, or you message me. We love testimonials. In fact, nowadays, one of the courses I did, they were like, you have to start posting testimonials. So I need testimonials from you guys. If you have used any of my product, whether it is Armstrong paints, whether it is Mode Defense, Costa 2K, and Crystal Coat, and it's worked for you, please send it to us. This is our WhatsApp number, or you send it to our DM. My staff will be there to screenshot it, and then it will also capture your name if you want us to show your name. If you don't want, there's no problem, because these are some of the things that we'll be posting online going forward. So thank you to everybody. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you. Thank you to everybody who has been tapping on the screen, who has been sharing the live. So I'll see you guys later. If you need any of our products, the number, you can go to our profile. My phone number is there. You can click the link on the profile, or you copy the phone number, message me on WhatsApp. I'll be there to respond to you. Those of you that have sent message, I can see all your messages right here. So I'm going to respond. There are a lot of messages now, so I'm going to respond. So let me go and pray first. All right, thank you very much. I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna see you guys later. Thank you. Bye bye for now.